Okay. Okay, good evening all. And I'm not going to say good evening to my fellow countrymen because I don't want to lie. So good evening to my friends and citizens of this country who look to others as their friends and as their family. Today has seen a major breakthrough in what is happening in our country. South Africa is in turmoil when it comes to its political parties. The political parties that we have at the moment, most of them, let's talk about the ANC first, has just been corrupt. South Africa, don't be confused about level one. Level one, which should have been introduced long time ago. Level one is just so that Mrs. Zuma keeps control of the country. If Ramaphosa tonight lowered the level to level 0, the normal playing ground, then Cyril Ramaphosa would have had the power back in this country. At level 1, Mrs. Zuma still stays de facto president of this country. She still calls the shots, she's still in charge, and she's the one dictating with Ace Magashulu and David Mabuza, the vice president that we never see, is still the people that are dictating to our country. We have seen various political parties getting into bed like political prostitutes this weekend. People are saying that it's a good idea to get into bed with the enemy. Maybe a classic example can be what Steyn Weppenaar taught me the other night. Because we must give credit in this country where credit is due. When you are married and you tell your wife all your secrets, everything is hunky-dory. But the day that you're going to go get divorced, all the dirt comes out. It's called sleeping with the enemy then. That's exactly what is happening in South Africa. Because you are losing votes, and unfortunately for the DA and for people like Helen Zille, who I believe was a good premier, after they fired and stabbed Musi Maimane in the back, that I've got no brief for, I've met him, nice guy, the country, and especially the DA, has become bankrupt. When you want to sell a building that costs 43 million rand for 20 million, you know you're in serious trouble. When the DA want to put off staff because they're not getting their funders they used to get, you ask yourself why. They used Musi Maimane to get the black vote, and the black vote never came. The only black person who voted for the DA then was Musi Maimane himself. They lost power completely. The DA, I'm afraid to say, can run me down, can say what they like, but have become a non-entity in the political world of South Africa. They have coaxed and coerced the white South African into believing that they are the beacon of hope for white South Africa. They changed that when Helen Zille stood aside and Musi Maimane took over. Musi Maimane's brief was to go out there and become a fisherman of black men. He gave and spoke the rhetoric of the nation. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, or fortunately, ladies and gentlemen, the black man did not trust Musi Maimane. And this I'm talking from people on the ground. They called him a pariah, something that is very prevalent in today's politics. We as the South Africa for All party will not stand in coalition with no one. We will never. We will talk to other parties. We will talk to other groups. But we will stand by the principles and morals and values that we believe will take this country forward to a great brighter future for our beloved children and our beloved grandchildren. We will never compromise like the DA did when they grew and asked the EFF, the people that hate whites. Julius Malema hates white people, to get into bed with him. We are not going to do that. We will talk to people like the Boere Legion very strongly. They are very good people. We will talk to the Suidlanders. We will talk to any organization that has the country at heart. We will not talk to any organization or political party that wants to further their featherbed and stay in parliament or stay in local elections as career politicians. We're not interested. They must go find jobs in Pick and Pay. SAFA stands for our people. Our people represents the Afrikaans people, the white people, Afrikaans, English Afrikaans, the colored people very strongly. I'm a big supporter of the colored people because they've been marginalized and brutalized and victimized for the last 26 years. The Indian people who came here on a Christmas day 300 or 200 years ago to cut sugar cane in Natal, and all they've done is cut sugar cane and never, ever, ever been enhanced. And our black South Africans, our friends, that are not part of the corrupt, evil regime that controls us today. We do not need a president to come on and tell us about level 1, when in every black township that I have been in the last year or so has been on level 0 since then. Don't come now, Mr. President Ramaphosa, and say thank you, South Africa, for what you've done. And I will talk to the Freedom Front Plus, yes. A political party that I will talk to because I think that they got our nation at heart. But we're not going to compromise with them. We're not going to go with them for votes, no. We go with ourselves. We'll win this thing. We're in this to win this. And we will win it because I may be just the face of this organization, but I have very powerful men and women behind me. Very powerful business moguls, very powerful legal men, and very powerful people on the streets that want to see a change for our country. A couple of the principles we lay down is non-negotiable. When we get into power, black economic empowerment will be the first thing that gets removed from any books, statute books, or books of note, or legal books, or government gazette. It will be removed like it never existed. We can't allow President Ramaphosa now to come on and put on level 1 and think he has done the country a favor, because let me tell you, Mr. President, you haven't done the country a favor. What about the men and women who lost their income? What about the men and women who lost their businesses? What about the men and women who lost their pensions? Don't think you came like the Messiah tonight and you freed a country that is called South Africa, because you did not, Mr. President. All you did come on was say what we already knew. You are not the Messiah of South Africa. In actual fact, you may be something else. BE will be something that is scrapped immediately. We will make a big difference in this country. We will be for the people, by the people, and we will stand for our people at all times. Most of our senior executives are older men and women. We don't have much to lose in life. We are prepared to stand for folk and for fatherland. We are prepared to stand for every South African that is on this continent living in South Africa. We will never tolerate that foreigners come in our borders and take over our jobs, take over our work, murder our people, and steal our stuff, and then go back to their country of birth. We will never allow it. The scenes that are happening in Yilbra today and over the weekend will never be allowed in this country when we are in power. They will not happen. The Chinese will not victimize South Africa anymore. The Chinese will be told straight, we are not for sale. Meet us around the table, pay our money back, and hit the road, because you're getting nothing from us. You wanted to deal with the corrupt ANC, take the corrupt ANC on, don't take us on. We will, without a doubt, make pensioners one of our top priorities. They will be given a sum of money that will be more than livable. The way our pensioners got a 30 Rand increase is nothing short of disgraceful and demeaning to the very people that built this country. The people that are state officials, government officials, who haven't received an increase in 2 years will be rectified. We must make sure that the government officials of South Africa, I'm not talking about the nepotism of the ANC, I'm talking about the men and women that have worked hard for this country in government positions, get exactly what they deserve and get their increases so they can take more pride in the job they are given to serve the nation. There will be no 9 people standing around a hole while one digs and the other 8 take videos. That won't happen in the new South Africa. The new dawn actually fell dead when Cyril Ramaphosa said, "This is the new dawn, call me," because the only thing he called was his banker to find out how the money has been spread about of the COVID virus, 500 billion. God will be brought back into our schools. Our schools will become again the epitome of success. We will reinstate Afrikaans-speaking schools and universities, without a doubt. Afrikaans universities and schools will be reintroduced into South Africa. The once mighty universities like RAEL, the Marties, and various other institutions that were Afrikaans will recome and retake and renamed and redo whatever we want to do with it, but it will be called Afrikaans. Ons is siek en sat dat mense ons kultuur wil wegvat, en ons gaan nie staan daarvoor nie. Ons sal nooit daarvoor staan nie. Ons gaan trots weer sit in die land. Ons gaan 'n land wees wat mekaar gaan opbou. Ons gaan nie 'n land wees wat geld gaan steel nie. Ons gaan nie 'n land wees wat ons sê, wat kan ek uit die ding kry, in plaas van wat kan my mense hier uit kry. Die mense wat agter my is, het baie geld. Hulle is skoon besigheidsmanne. So hulle hoef nie in die gebou toe te gaan nie, om die geld van die mense, van die Suid-Afrikaner te vat nie. Ons is gestroop deur die ANC en hulle kamerade. Ons is gestroop deur die EFF. Maar ons sal dit nooit toelaat nie. Ons sal dit nooit toelaat nie. Laat ek jou waarsku, ons sal dit nooit toelaat nie in die land nie. God sal die begin en die einde wees van Suid-Afrika. God sal vir ons sê, soos ons Pastor Ferguson op ons raad het, wat ons gaan doen in die land. Die land gaan weer juig. Die land gaan weer op die strande, die mense gaan juig. Die mense gaan sê, ons is vry. We are free today. Thank God we are free. That we are away from the tyranny of the African National Congress. And thank God we are away from the lies of the Democratic Alliance. And thank God that we are away from the lies of people who want to verraai our people. The dancing will be in the streets. And we won't make an event of it and just dance for the sake of dancing. We will make South Africa better. We are godly men. We've got a past. We've done what we've done. Almal het 'n verlede. But I choose today to walk with God. I didn't become a Christian yesterday. God saved me 16 years ago from the evils of addiction to lead this nation. And I'm going to lead this nation. You can think I'm mad. You can think I'm whatever. But it doesn't really interest me. What we have seen today in the newspapers of people meeting with people. Herman Mashaba is a non-entity. He's a very wealthy man, and I got respect for him for his business. But he's not a leader to garner people together. We need that old fire and flame where we can stand tall and stand proud, where we can meet on the Union Building's grass, have a braai together and say, jy is my vriend, ek is jou vriend, laat ons die verskille, al ons verskille los, en laat ons juig vir ons kinders. Die party werk vir ons kinders, die party werk vir ons kleinkinders, en ons gaan eendag staan, en ons gaan, dank God, dat daar's weer geregtigheid in die land. Dank God dat ons weer opgestaan het. Dat ons mense kan vry wees. I have a dream. The dream is to see a united South Africa. The dream is to see that my daughter and your son can walk down the street without worrying that they're going to be attacked, or out worrying that they're going to be raped, or out worrying that they're going to be murdered. I have a dream that South Africans can have employment. Ek het 'n droom dat mense kan saamlewe, dat ons plaasboere kan slaap met hulle deure oop en sê, dankie God, vandag is ek vry. Ek is nie verbonde aan Satan nie. I have a dream that one day that we'll rise and we'll say that South Africa will not see the amount of drug dealing that is happening in this country. Dat ons jeug kan opstaan soos manne en weermag toe gaan vir 2 jaar of 3 jaar, maak nie saakie, en sê, daar kom my trotse seun van die trein af, net soos die ou dae, toe jong manne weermag toe gegaan het en polisie toe gegaan het, dat hulle manne geword het. En hulle was nie bang nie. Ons moet ons kinders opvoed, dat hulle leiers van vandag en van môre is. Hulle is die leiers van môre. Hulle gaan opstaan en hulle gaan sê, pa, ma, ek lei julle. Ek is hier vir jou in jou ou dae. Ons gaan manne maak van ons seuns. Hulle gaan nie die pil en die dwelm meer vat nie. Ons gaan die dwelmhandelaars uitroei uit die land uit. We all know who the drug dealers are. I have a dream that pensioners, ou mense, can be treated with dignity, respect, love and honor by all South Africans. I have a dream that when old people are walking across the road, a young man or a young woman will go and take their hand, take their arm and say, Tannie, laat ek saam met jou stap. I have a dream that South Africa will look each other in the eyes and weet ons skuld mekaar niks nie. I have a dream. I have a dream that South Africa will have a justice system that is there for all, rich and poor. I have a dream that the South African police services will become the South African police services again. That those that are corrupt will be exposed and thrown out and jailed. I have a dream that we have a debate that the death sentence will come back into South Africa to eradicate these people from our nation. Sure. I have a dream that the churches of this country, die mense wat die volk lei in die spiritualiteit van die kerk, sal opstaan en sê, ons gaan nie meer nie, ons gaan bid vir die land, ons gaan bid vir ons kinders, ons gaan bid vir ons vrouens, ons gaan bid vir ons besighede, ons gaan bid. Ons kan nie dit toelaat dat die kerkmense so stil is nie. Ek kan julle nou waarborg, Suid-Afrika, soos ek hier sit in my tuisdorp aan Woester. Geen land, luister mooi na my, Suid-Afrika, geen land, geen plaas, geen huis, luister mooi, Suid-Afrika, sal weggevat van die boer nie, solank ons lewe in die land. As hulle probeer om land en huise weg te vat, is dit 'n verklaring van oorlog. En ek sê dit nou vanaand, hulle sal nooit ons plase en ons huise wegvat nie. Vertrou my wat ek vir jou sê. Hulle sal nooit wegvat die plase waar manne en vroue 20 ure 'n dag gewerk het. En dan wil hulle kom en die plase uit mekaar uit ruk en steel nie. Dit sal nooit gebeur nie terwyl ons hier is. Asseblief onthou wat ek nou vanaand vir julle gesê het oor daai. Plaasboere, jy kan lekker slaap vanaand. Niemand gaan jou grond vat nie. As iemand aan jou grond vat, is dit oorlog. Ons sal veg. Ons sal lewe, ons sal sterwe, ons vir jou Suid-Afrika. Moenie ons uitdaag nie om te gaan veg nie, want ons wil nie gaan veg nie, maar as ons moet gaan veg, dan gaan ons veg. Julle het nou met die verkeerde mense gespeel. Ons hospitale sal weer skoongemaak word, soos in die ou dae. Ek praat nie van die ou dae van apartheid. Apartheid was verkeerd. Ons weet dit was verkeerd, maar daar is apartheid om die hele wêreld. Ons hospitale sal wees soos hospitale. Nie die gemos wat ons het in Suid-Afrika vandag. Soos die paaie sal soos paaie lyk en nie soos duikslange nie. Dit sal so, dat jy jou kar daar kan ry. Ek het 'n droom dat die mense gaan saamwerk en sê genoeg is genoeg, want ons is nie meer gatvol, ons is verby gatvol, ons wil hê die land reageer en ons wil hê die mense moet die land reageer, nie ons nie. Ek wil dit op die rekord stel. Wanneer ek president van die land word, lag maar as jy wil. Niemand het gesê niemand het my 'n kans gegee om RAEL op te bou toe waar hy nou is. Gaan ek geen salaris vat nie. Ek gaan hierdie land lei sonder om te betaal te word. Ek sal nie 'n salaris van die Suid-Afrikaanse belastingbetalers vat nie. Ek sal die land lei sonder betaling. Ons kan nie, mense, my geliewe broeders and sisters, my dear brothers and sisters, we can't have a government that has gone, everything has gone to ruin. That everything has gone to ruin, from our hospitals to our fields, to our roads, to our police force, to our military camps, to our old age homes, state pension and old age homes. We can't have it. We can't have that we live in fear anymore. We can't have a crime situation that is not out of control. Crime runs South Africa. Het is nie die ander way om nie. Het is nie die polisie wat sê, ons is in beheer van sake. Die kriminele is in beheer van sake. Dat mense moet gaan slaap. Dat hulle bang is, ons ou mense is bang in hulle huise te gaan slaap, want die donors kom in die aande, en hulle vermoor ons ou mense, en hulle vermoor ons kinders. Ons gaan nie meer terugstaan nie, ons kan nie meer terugstaan nie. Die land is gebou vir jou en vir my, die land is gebou vir ons kinders, en ons gaan dit waar maak, dat ons weer teruggaan, na dae van plesier en liefde, waar ons kinders kan op die strand gaan loop, waar ons kinders met mekaar gaan speel op die strande. Ons gaan nie 'n land wees van lafaarde nie. Ons gaan nie 'n land wees van bedrieërs nie. Ons gaan nie 'n land wees waar ons wil net vat nie. Ons wil 'n party wees wat wil teruggee, dat die mense gaan slaap in die aande, en hulle sê safe, hulle is aan 'n mooi klomp manne en vroumense wat die land wil oorvat en die land wil reageer vir ons. Ons wil nie die land reageer vir ons nie. Ons wil dit doen vir jou. Uit die blou van ons hemel, uit die diepte van ons see, sal ons styg en die land weer volmaak maak. Die land, this country is standing on the precipice of greatness. The prophecy over this country was that the revival of Jesus Christ will start in the south point of Africa. Jesus Christ is busy stirring with the Holy Spirit as we talk. Hy sê, genoeg, jy kan nie meer my mense aanvat nie. My mense is klaar met die duivel. Ek is moeg. Die Here sê, ek is moeg. I am tired that my people are being persecuted by evil. We got an evil government, we got evil foreigners breaking in and killing people, and we got evil people who want to see the destruction of South Africa. Ons moet Suid-Afrika nou red voordat dit te laat is, en ons gaan nie toelaat dat dit meer aangaan nie. Ons mense gaan beskerm word. Daar gaan liefde wees vir mekaar. Het help nie vir my om die president vir my sê, ons sit die petrolprys op en dan sit ons af en dan sit ons het op, ons weet van die olieprys man. Hoekom praat jy nie van die 500 biljoen rand, want as die 500 biljoen rand reg uitgegee was, sou ons nie vandag na jou geluister nie. Dit sou 6 maande gelede al klaar gewees het. Moet nie met ons nonsens kom praat nie, meneer die president. Die arme mense in die land, ek het 'n droom. Al die geld wat die ANC gemors het, kon huise gekoop het vir ons arme mense. Niemand wil in 'n shack woon nie, niemand wil in die pad woon nie, maar Ramaphosa en sy cohorts het seker gemaak dat wit mense armer geword het, tweelingmense armer geword het, Indië mense armer geword het, terwyl hulle ryk geword het op gesteelde geld, en dan wil hulle ons blameer dat ons nie patriot and patriot South Africans is. How dare he? How dare the president on 11 February 2018 or 2017 say, call me. This is the new dawn. Well, let me tell you, Mr. President, the sun hasn't shone on the new dawn. The sun will shine on SAFA and on the people of this country, because we will represent the people of South Africa. We won't represent the back pockets of ourselves. So there was no new dawn. There was no new dawn in South Africa. It was a new, what we have experienced in the last 26 years of the African National Congress is the greatest theft, the greatest heist, the greatest bank robbery of mankind.
He's not dreaming.
Wait, listen. I don't care what the naysayers say. They can say we're not going to get the votes. Watch the space and watch us get the votes. To get the votes to uplift this country. I'm sick and tired of people cutting on the walls of SAFA people and saying, you know, this can't happen, that can't happen. Who are you? Who are the people that follow you? Let me tell you, we are children of God. Ons is kinders van God. En wat ons wil hê, bid ons voor. En ons kan ons mond by ons werke sit. Dis hoe wie ons is. We are not afraid. We are not scared. We are men that have walked the path. Sometimes the very dark path. I mustn't do the stairs, I need to feel it more. The very dark path to salvation. We will never surrender. South Africa, the time has come for us to open up and say there is light at this end of this tunnel. The light is Jesus Christ coming in to fulfill prophecy of God, that He's going to come in and take over, and this country is going to be on its knees, and God is going to choose His anointed ones. Let's not be put off by one or two people that say, "Julle kan dit nie doen nie." Let's not be put off by Satan's children, because Satan's children are sleeping tonight in the union buildings of South Africa.
Yes, sir.
Ons is manne en vroue wat gaan opstaan. Ons gaan die lewe beter maak vir jou en vir my. Ons gaan die lewe beter maak, dat ons kinders kan opstaan en skool toe gaan wat skoon is. Die land van Suid-Afrika sal weer 'n land van God wees. Dit sal nie 'n land van Satan wees nie. Die land sal ons opstaan en sê, kom manne, kom ons gaan uit, vat 'n braai, vat 'n dop, doen wat jy wil, maar beskerm jou kinders. Ek vra vanaand vir die manne van Suid-Afrika, die manne, ek praat nou met julle, my broers, ek praat met julle, staan op, beveilig die huis, en wees die priester in jou huis vir ons vrouens. Kom manne, ons het mos hier ruggraat, ons kan opstaan, ons kan sorg vir ons familie, ons kan bly met ons familie, ons kan ons familie beveilig, asseblief manne. Vir die ou mense van die land, die ouderige mense. Ek sê jammer as 'n wit Suid-Afrikaner, sê ek jammer vir julle, wat julle moes deurgemaak het in die laaste 26 jaar van die bewind van kriminele, die ANC. Ek vra om verskoning vir julle ou mense, maar ek kan jou glo, julle gaan nog hier wees, wanneer ons in bewind kom. Hulle sal nooit aan jou raak nie. Ons gaan meer aktief raak. Ons is baie aktief in die gemeenskappe, oral oor die land, maar van môre gaan ons meer aktief raak. En ons sal die land oorvat voordat daar verkiesing is. Luister na my. Ons sal die land oorvat voordat 'n verkiesing is. Hulle kan in die gebou wees, maar die mense sal saam met ons wees. Ek wil net weer aan die tragiese moorde op ons plaasmense. Ek as 'n Suid-Afrikaan, ek vra verskoning, manne, boere, dat julle moes deurgegaan het in die laaste paar jaar. It's onaanvaarbaar. I thank you for standing so strong, South African farmers. Ek dank u dat julle sterk gestaan het teen 'n bewind wat korrup is, maar julle het gestaan en julle bly staan en jy wag dat die call kom dat ons die land oorvat. Baie dankie, Suid-Afrikaanse plaasboere, dat julle elke oggend 4 uur opstaan om seker te maak dat daar kos op die tafel van Suid-Afrikaanse mense is en hulle waardeer dit nie. Ek sal hier julle. Baie dankie wat jy vir die land gegee het. Never before and never again will we ever see that businesses like restaurants, small business, are taken away by any government. These people worked hard for their money. They worked hard to prepare. Our unemployment is now standing at 48 to 50% of people that we know of that are unemployed. How do you expect a man to raise his family and raise his children? All we want to do in South Africa is live in peace. All we want to do is live in harmony. All we want to do is create work and allow people to earn what they deserve. We want to be a country that is joyous, that is joyous, free, healthy, and honest. I call tonight, South Africa, stand by me. Stand by me and my executive. Stand by me and my leadership. Stand by me and my mentor, Steyn Weppener. Staan by ons. Want wat het julle om te verloor? If it doesn't go according to what we think and you think, but at least this man and his executive and our followers have stood up and we've tried. I would rather die trying than sit on my stoep and wait for some criminal to come and take this country away. Die korrupsie van die land, wat hulle gesteel het van ons, gee ons 'n kans. Laat ons die verskil maak in die land. Wat het julle om te verloor? Jy kan nie die ANC en die DA meer kans gee nie. Hulle het hulle kans gegee en hulle het dit verbrou. Suid-Afrikaners moenie nou uit die bus uit klim en oorsee gaan nie. Gee ons tog 'n kans. Gee ons tog 'n kans, mense. Dat ons die verskil kan maak vir my kinders en vir joune. Suid-Afrika, ek dank u vir vanaand. Maar ek wil verder een ding sê. Ons is uitmekaar geruk in die laaste 26 jaar. Van die terrorisme met die naam Mandela, tot by Thabo Mbeki, tot by Jacob Zuma, en nou by Cyril Ramaphosa. sekerlik, ons gaan nie julle weer kans gee nie. Sekerlik, my mense. Ek is baie lief vir jou. Ek dankie. Ek staan trots vanaand. Vanaand sal afgaan in ons boeke as die veranderinge van die land, waar die droom gaan waar word, waar ons gaan vir mekaar sê in 'n paar jare, dit was die dag dat dit begin het, dat ons weer 'n droom gehad het. South Africa, let's dream again. Let's dream for greatness. Let's dream for fairness. Let's dream for no crime. Let's dream for a South Africa wat by mekaar staan. Wit, kleerling, swart of India. I will be back on in about 15 minutes for my normal, when I speak to my people. God bless you. God keep you forevermore. Amen.
Amen.